Hi, my darlings. I'm Sophie Darling, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're reacting to episode 59 of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. And if I look like I've been crying, I have been. I just finished watching episode 17 of season 2 of Vinland Saga, and I honestly don't think I've cried that hard at an anime since Attack on Titan. I was an absolute wreck. I genuinely didn't expect how emotional that was going to be, and it was genuinely a coin flip between, do I watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood or do I watch Vinland Saga, because I'm probably going to cry at both of them, but which one am I going to cry more at? And I think it possibly will have been Vinland Saga. So I've made a horrible mistake of watching Vinland Saga, because in my mind I was like, I've cried at like the last two episodes of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, so I'm most likely going to cry at episode 59. Whereas with episode 17 of Vinland Saga, I don't know if I'm going to cry. I feel like I might, because the tension is building, but I don't know what is going to happen. So it's a bit of a risky one. But in my head, I was like, I probably won't cry at Vinland Saga. It'll be fine because, again, but I thought, following the trend of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, probably safe to leave this for last because I will probably cry the hardest at this. I don't cry at this episode. I'm going to be really angry, but we are about to find out if Roy is going to make himself the fifth sacrifice, because Risa is dying and he's going to do it. There's absolutely no way he's not going to, because it's Risa. He loves her. He's not going to watch her die. So we're about to see Roy become the fifth sacrifice. But without further ado, we're going to get into episode 59.
人体錬成なんてする必要はありません。
He's gonna do it.
するでしょ、マスタング君。
He's not gonna watch her die. What's he going to lose, though, in the process? That's the interesting question, because everybody has to sacrifice something. So what's he going to lose?
注意。私は人体錬成はしない。
見捨てるの冷たいね。
見捨てる？この者たちを捨て駒のように扱う貴様に言われたくないな。
What? I genuinely thought he would.
そして存在意義を与えた。
For your own gain,
私に
though.
感謝しているさ。
そんなことだから貴様は足元を救われるのだ。
何？ああ、感謝してるぜ。こうやっててめえを捕まえられるんだからな。さっさとみんなを解放しろ。さもないと。
I forgot about the chimeras.
金術を使える医者は私だけだ。
May can.
私を
Where's
殺せば
May?
あの女は助からんぞ。
I genuinely thought he would become the fifth sacrifice. No, he's like, get the fuck out my way. I need to go to Risa.
注意！注意！注意！注意！
Oh,
大丈夫
she's
か？
not dead already, is she?
あれさえあれば。
死ぬな！注意！しっかりしろ！
She's not going to be able to go for it. She's going to go help.
ここは任せて。
Oh,
注意！すまない。ありがとう。
oh, May.
すみません。
喋るな。休んでいろ。
Confess your love.
私の
Do
目
it.
配せによく
Please.
気づいてくださいました。
付き合いが長いからな。それに人体錬成なんてしたら撃ち殺してやるってな競争で君が睨むわけ。
Just tell her you love her. Oh, for God's sake!
傷口が再生してない。
久しぶりだな、マスタング君。
お久しぶりです。以前とお変わりないご様子とは言い難いお姿ですね。
So does he not regenerate then? Because he's the only one that can age, so perhaps that hinders his ability to regenerate too.
君なら目の前で大切なものが倒れたら迷いなく人体錬成に
I
走る
thought
と思
so
った
too.
のだ
I
がね。
genuinely thought he would do
少
it.
し前の私ならそうだったかもしれません。しかし今の私には止めてくれるものや正しい道を示してくれるものがいます。
いつまでも学ぶことを知らん哀れな生き物かと思えば、君たちのように短期間で学び変化する者もいる。まったく人間というやつは思い通りにならなくて腹が立つ。
どうした？
この下に真下の深いところにいます。
お前はこの俺がしっかりしろ。
来ます。恐ろしい何かが。
Is it the father himself? Jesus Christ. No, it's pride as always. What the fuck? It was only a matter of time. Oh, that was so cool. They're determined to make him the sacrifice.
よくやったブラッドレイ。さすが私が育てた。
I mean, holy shit. Oh my god, he's created one through the shadows.
君が5人目。
He didn't get a fucking choice. They forced him to. Oh no, the eclipse. Oh
始
no.
まったのか。
強制的に扉を開けさせてもらうよ、マスタング大佐。
人体錬成など。
君にその気がなくても構わん。人体錬成の知識を持った錬金術師がプライドと同化済みだ。
Oh my fucking god. So they're gonna make him do it, but then Mustang's gonna be the one dragged in.
さて、君はどこを持って行かれるのかな。
That's so fucked. So he's the fifth sacrifice regardless. He just chose not to do it to save Risa because it's not what she wanted him to do.
人体錬成はなされた。安心したまえ。今頃マスタング君は父上のとこ
So
ろだ。
instead you make him do it
5体満足かどうかは保証しないがね。
because they were angry that he didn't act the way they thought he would because he'd learned and changed and grown.
なんだこれ。ボロボロのおっさん一人に勝てる気がしね
I wouldn't do it.
え。マスター。あの穴の下。メイが真下にいるって言った途端、メガネ自死がうろたえた。あのお方の邪魔はさせんってよ。
真下にすごい木の塊があります。
ならば。
Scar! Oh my god. I thought he was gonna run at Wrath.
Alphonse エルリックがこちらに来ていない。
大丈夫かよ、大佐。
鋼
Because
の
he's in the doorway, isn't he?
どこだここは。
Can they not do it without Al's soul? Is that kind of like a loophole?
大佐、一体何があったんだ。
I fucking.
真っ白い空間の
It's the fact that Hohenheim's
大
in
きな
that
扉の前
belly.
に放り出されて、
扉まさかどっか持ってかれたんじゃ。いやでも足も。
この暗闇の中でよく私の姿がわかるな。
何言って。
真っ暗で何も見えん。
Oh, they took his sight.
明かりはどこだ？
They took his vision.
まさか。目が見えないのですか。
Oh,
それは
Roy.
正直今の国家錬金術師の中ではあなたの能力が一番厄介ですから。大佐、人体錬成。
No, he didn't. It was forced on him.
鋼の私がそんなことをすると思うか？
強
He's
制
a
的に
victim.
扉を開けさせてもらいました。
真理は残酷だ。身の程をわきまえず死人をよみがえらせ、母のぬくもりを求めた者は立ち上がるための足とただ一人の家族を持っていかれ、もう一人は体を丸ごと持っていかれ、ぬくもりを感じぬ姿に。亡くした子を求めれば二度
That
と
can't
子
have
を与
children.
えられぬ体に。そして国の先を見据えた者は
Now we'll never be able to see it.
その未来を見ることができなくなった。
That's so cruel.
が思い上がらぬよう正しい絶望を与える。それこそがお前たち人間が神とも呼ぶ存在。真理だ。
納得いかねえ。俺たちみたいに自発的にやらかしたのに納得するさ。だがする気のない奴が無理やり人体錬成に巻き込まれて視力を持ってかれて、そ
That's
れが
not
正しい
fair.
っていうのか。
It's
そんな
cruel.
筋の通らねえ真理は認めね
Oh, the music. Oh, Scar, please don't die. I can't lose Scar. He's one of my favorites.
貴様、本当の名は何という？
名はない。
捨てた。それは奇遇だな。私も己の本当の名を知らん。名なし同士、殺し合うのも面白かろう。
No! Oh my god!
私の家に穴を開けるとは、あの娘。
I think his soul slipped into the body. I was gonna say it kind of opened a pathway.
僕の体だ。
Oh, don't. I'm gonna cry.
ずっと待ってた。おかえり。
Oh.
なんだよ、この細い腕、骨と皮ばかりで、こんな
He's like, I can't return to you at the minute.
体で戦えるわけない。みんな戦っているのに、ずっと元の体に戻ることを考えてきた。
But he needs to protect the people he cares about. And he can't if he takes his body
今
back.
のダメだ。そんな体じゃダメだ。
Oh, ow.
そんな体じゃダメなんだ。
Imagine having to make this choice
その体であっちに戻りたい。
at such a young age, knowing that you might not be able to get your body back again. Oh, ow, my baby. He has such strength to be able to refuse. Knowing that this might be his only chance.
ごめん。 また来るからもう少し頑張ってて
Oh,
必
it's
ず来
like
るから絶対
when
約束する
Ed saw Al's body and he was like, I'll be back for you, I promise, I swear I'll be back. It's the exact same, only it's Al telling himself that. And his body's smiling this time.
先生兄さん
Oh, Al, my baby. It's
仲
just
間を
the
助け
way
る
he
ために
stood.
長年探し続けた肉体を置いていく気高い僕の魂よ君の入れ物として誇りに思うけど君が戻ることでこの世が絶望に満ちてしまうかもしれないんだよアルフォンス
5人
Oh!
揃った
You should have told him that before he went back. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck is going on? Oh, he didn't even do it and he still got fucking punished. It's not even fair. Like, Ed is completely right. It feels so unjustifiable. Like, how can you sit and say that this is truth when somebody that didn't even do it, was coerced and forced into it, is being fucking punished as a result, had his vision taken from him? It's just awful. It's so fucked. And the fact that everything that gets taken away from them is related into what drove them to perform the act in the first place, bar Roy. But it still punished Roy for his ambition and for his desire to rebuild the future and see that future come into fruition by taking his ability to be able to see it. But the fact that, like, they took away Al's body so he would never feel the warmth again of the person he longs for most. They took Ed's leg on which he stood for his family. They took Azumi's ability to have a child away from her. And then obviously now Al's gone back. They have the 5, the eclipse is starting. Scar is fighting Raph, and I'm actually terrified. Pride looks like he's disintegrating because there were like bits of skin like falling onto the floor, and Slim put like his hand over his face to kind of like hide that it was happening. And then May came down, and the father was a bit like, for her to have made a hole like that, I think he's like, oh shit, like she's quite powerful. But I don't think we need to count them out just yet, because I don't think Hohenheim can be counted out. I think Hohenheim is going to do whatever it takes to ensure that his boys live to see another day and that the father doesn't succeed. We're going to see Hohenheim sacrifice himself in order to ensure that there is a future for the next generation, and that includes his boys. I don't think Hohenheim's making it to the end, and I'm going to be absolutely devastated because they lose their dad. And yeah, it's what he wants. He wants to sever his ties to immortality, and he gets reunited with Trisha, but still, it's going to be heart-wrenching. And I don't want to lose Scar. I love Scar. He's one of my favorites. I don't want to lose him, but I feel like if he's going to go out, it's in the pursuit of helping rebuild this country into being something else. But he has so much to give after the fact. It would be a real shame if we lost him. But then again, it would also play into this idea of him paving the way for the other Ishvalans to hold those accountable for their destruction, to create a better world for them. But I don't want to lose him. I don't want to lose him because I like him. And I'm nervous because Raph is really unpredictable, but he's not regenerating, which means he could die, I think, because it's very telling that he's not able to recover his body and he's the only homunculus that can age. So, like, it must be tied to that. And the fact that Roy decided he wasn't going to do it because he knew that was what Risa wanted. And even if that meant she would die in the process, he still was willing to honor her wishes. He didn't want her to be disappointed, but he also didn't want to go against the lessons that he's been taught by Ed and Al, and how much he's grown in knowing them and following their journey. He doesn't want to risk what he's fighting for in the process either, because his whole mission is to hold himself and others accountable for what happened in Ishval, to rebuild this country to be better than what it was, to ensure that this never happens again. It's about owning up and taking responsibility, and performing human transmutation would go against that. It would be wishful thinking, because he knows that what is dead, it can't come back. But we still have so many characters that we haven't seen this episode, so they're kind of loose cannons. Olivier and Armstrong are descending down as well, so I wonder if maybe they'll come across Raph and Scar. What if Olivier and Raph have a showdown? Because she's very skilled with a sword too. Obviously not to the same degree. He's just insanely fast, but kind of cool. I just love Al so goddamn much. The fact that he was willing to risk everything to go back. And that means not getting his body, and knowing that he potentially sacrifices that chance, that perhaps one and only chance to get it back for the greater good, for those in need, is just so telling to who he is as a person. That when Pride was speaking to him when they were trapped together, saying our plan would always work because you would always come back to help those in need, you would never abandon them. This is what he was referring to, this tenacity and desire to protect those in need and to help those in need. This refusal to give up, this relentless persistence, and it's something to be admired, especially the fact that Raph is saying, I hate when you don't act the way that I want you to act. He's like, oh yeah, humans can learn and grow, and it's always a surprise when they change and actually learn from their previous mistakes, but it's also really annoying because we expected you to create the transmutation circle because you love Risa. So we thought that would be a way to get you to do it, and then you didn't do it. So fuck, now we have to force you to do it. Insane. It's like all gas, no pedals. There's no break. It's just amazing episode after amazing episode after amazing episode, and just, oh, absolutely phenomenal. But I don't think we can count Hohenheim out either. I think Hohenheim is not going to allow anything to happen to his boys. I think he's going to try and do what he can to protect them and the future from the father. It feels so calculated and almost planned that Truth would take the eyesight of the person most a threat to them because of their alchemical abilities, because Price says your abilities are quite honestly the most problematic. And the father as that figure, and then the figure of Truth behind the door, also have the same smile, like that same weird grin. And it says the combat abilities of the most irksome Colonel Mustang have been reduced to as good as nothing. Humans proper despair so that they do not become boastful. Such is the very thing that you humans call your god. Is the father playing God? Is that him playing God? Is this his creation? Because it seems very apt that he would punish those seeking something in almost an ironic way. And as Ed said, like, this truth seems unreasonable. It doesn't seem like truth. It seems like unreasonable, almost unjustified punishment. Especially in Roy's case, because he didn't ask for it. But the fact that they have the same grin is making me think, like, is this the father playing God? That he believes himself to be this all-powerful being that can pass judgment on those who are grieving and are in need of comfort, and are pushed to such a point that they are desperate enough to commit the ultimate sin. But who defined it as the ultimate sin? The father, because the father is the one that brought alchemy to the West. So it was the father that defined it. So therefore the father defines the rules. and therefore punishes those that don't abide by the rules with something ironic as to what they were seeking. So it kind of seems like maybe the person behind the door of truth is perhaps the father, but then why would he create a fake doorway? Well, not a fake doorway. It was like an attempt to recreate the door of truth, but it ended up not working. And that was the one that was like inside of gluttony. So that implies that he either made that doorway first and it failed and then made a new one which worked, or he tried to recreate what he's already done once before and failed the second time. He was never able to recreate it. Or it's something he's never actually ever had control over. It's something beyond his capability, but he wants the power to be able to take control of it, rival it, and challenge it. I don't know. I guess we'll see. But the more I think about it, the more I'm like, it's very suspicious that all the punishments that they receive are almost ironic. So it's kind of like it's purposefully designed rather than showing truth or seeking truth, you know? I don't know. And the fact that all 5 that have opened the door are required sacrifices. So it's all connected, obviously. We knew it was connected for a while, but I never really put 2 and 2 together that perhaps the figure we see when you enter the door is the father until we saw Roy see the figure and then we saw the father's weird grin as well. And I'm like, maybe. Or it could be completely off base, but I guess we'll see. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this react, please consider liking, subscribing, and leaving a comment below to help boost this video into the algorithm. And until next episode, bye.